Hello, students, and welcome to our Riverdale Library orientation. Today, we're going to explain to you how to access the library website, show you what's available on our website, and also explain how to do effective book searches. Your first job is always going to be to visit the Riverdale High School website, click Academics, scroll down to Library Media Center, and click it. You will then be led to our library homepage. If you scroll down, you'll notice that new lunch rules were posted. If you want to visit the library during lunch this year, there are no cafeteria trays. You must bring a lunch from home. You are only allowed to eat at the low top study tables. If there's no room, you must leave to eat and return when you are finished. Do not take food to couches, high top tables, or computers. And of course, the expectation is that you clean up after yourself. And if you have any questions, please let myself, Mr. Taylor, or Miss Rhine know. If you scroll down, you'll notice that we have links to the library calendar, to special literacy events, to research websites, to college, career, and ACT prep links, and we also have links to YA book websites where you can learn more information about the newest literature in the young adult genre. If you scroll down, you will also see that our Twitter account is embedded. And if you want to keep up with everything that's happening in the library, the best thing for you to do is to follow us on Twitter. This is our Twitter handle right here, RHS Warrior LIB. If I go back up to the library page, you'll notice that there are some other subpages here. There's an About page, which will tell you a little bit more about our library policies, as well as some information about Miss Ryan and myself. If you click YA Books, you will see a list of the most checked out books at Riverdale. This list is from last year. The classes page will give you links to activities that we're doing during your library class time. Project Lit is a page about our excellent book club, so if you have any interest in joining, you can find some information here. And finally, our last page here is for the book fair, and you can find information about when and where our book fairs are happening on this section. So, if we go back home, I will show you how to search for books. Your first job is going to be to click the button that says Search the RHS Collection. Then you're going to go over to where it says Login over here. Enter in your username and then your password. Press Login. And then you will see the library search page. Let's say, for example, you're interested in searching for the Hunger Games. You would type in Hunger Games in the find box, press Enter, and then you will get all results related to Hunger Games. First thing you should do is look over here at this little icon. This E here means it's an ebook, which means it's a digital text that you can read online. If it has a regular book here, it means it's a physical book that we own in the library that you can check out. Your next job will be to look over on the side here to see if the book you want is available. So let's say you want a copy of the first book in the Hunger Games series. You'd notice here that there are 2 copies that the library owns, and 2 of those copies are on the shelves, so it would be available for checkout that day. Then, once you realize that it's available for checkout, it's your job to figure out how to find it. So the first job here is to go over to where it says call number and look at the letter next to it. This starts with an F, so that means it's in our fiction section. Your next job is to look at the sublocation, which is dystopian. Then your job is to look at the 3 letters of the author's last name, which come after the F. And finally, right next to that, there is the book number. So since the Hunger Games is a series, it has book number, and Hunger Games is the first book in the series. There's a number 1 next to BK. You scroll down, you'll see Catching Fire has book 2, and Mockingjay has book 3. If you want to do a nonfiction search, it's a little bit different. You would go back here to Library Search. You would type in the topic, press Enter, and then of course it's important to look at the availability, and then you also go to the call number. You'll notice that the call numbers don't start with letters like the fiction ones do. These start with numbers. So our nonfiction numbers span from 000 to 999. This is in the 600s, so it would be toward the latter part of the nonfiction section. So you'll want to keep this number in mind first. Once you find 629, you will look for the numbers after the decimal, and then you will look for the first 3 letters of the author's last name to help you find the exact book you want. you go back to library search and we go back to fiction, you can also search for fiction books by an author's last name, first name, or both. But we recommend you don't just use the first name because there's, for example, a lot of Johns out there. So let's say you're interested in reading a book by John Green. You would type his name in, click author, and then all of the books that he wrote that we have available in the library should pop up. Finally, we want to show you how you can use the My Info section here. So if you click the My Info tab, you'll notice that there are a few different categories. The first is library materials, which will show you what books you have checked out of the Riverdale Library at this time. It will also list for you any fines that you owe. It will show you any holds that you have on your account. And if somebody sent you a message about a recommended title, those will also appear here. When you're done using Destiny, you may log out by clicking right here.